It's happening, people. Well, shoot. What am I going to do? I'm going to talk. What am I going to talk about? It's a real question. My haircut is out of control. I've given myself a buzz because I decided, giving myself a mohawk for a few hours. Sexy. Anyways, what I was going to say. Yeah. AJAXxTheHumanist's the humanist on the scene. What's happening? So I made a video recently about hatred and ignorance and how it affects society and slows down the progression of our intellect and just a progression of progression. And YouTube said it was too long. It was like 18 minutes. But I've seen people that have like 36-minute videos. I guess I'm not popular enough. Well, YouTube, once I become popular, I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to say, yeah, YouTube messed up. Because I had a real-ass video that would have got like 5 hits and 2 subscriptions. But I don't care. Forget it. Anyway, so I was talking about ignorance and hatred and the system and the way that it puts people on a level of ignorance and so on and so forth. And the whole reason I was talking about this because I made a video recently about the cop that killed 2 teens while he was going 95 on a 40-mile-an-hour street. Yeah, so... And I got like a lot of people talking about they agree with me. Then there's people like, you have no idea what you're talking about. So I had to say, you know what? I'm gonna explain my understanding of the authority system, and that's what I'm gonna do, except a truly abridged version because, like I said, it was 18 minutes. Anyways, so an authority system, it does 3 things. It will any system that is involved or evolves within the society has a nature. So an authority system's nature is 3 things. First thing is it eliminates all X factors, or it tries to. It doesn't see that the system hates X factor because X factors bring up variables to which they do not know how they're going to react or interact. Like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King is a better example. Martin Luther King never once led a violent protest, but he got arrested multiple times. Multiple times. And this is not because of the fact that he was doing anything wrong. It is because of the fact that he's speaking dissent against the system as it be. And the system hates that because the system has to control the people or come to a level of understanding of control of the people because that's the way it governs. Because a system, a government to which the people of the government or the people of the system do not respect is worthless and useless. Because the only way a system works is if everybody comes into a level of compliance over it. So if you have people speaking dissent against it, or the majority of people speaking dissent against it, it's not going to get anywhere. Think if all the juries and judges are like, this is a joke and acquitted everybody, the system would be completely worthless. So you got to understand it. So they eliminate X factor, people to which they really don't know how they're going to react or interact. And this is the reason we have the war on drugs, because of the fact that the system understands that certain people are more likely to do certain things, and then from those certain things that these people are more likely to do, they're more likely to speak dissent against the rules that be or the rules at large. So, like, instance, marijuana, I have no agreement with it being illegal because it's retarded. Cigarettes and alcohol kill 1,000 billion times more people than weed ever does. I mean, weed doesn't kill anybody. Not once. I mean, not once has been there a confirmed death from marijuana. But cigarettes and alcohol, I mean, we hear about those all the time. But it's illegal because of the fact that the system has understood it or has put it in place as legal for either A, to bring people to a level of ignorance, or a majority of people to a feeling of superiority over the people who do drugs. And the reason that the system might do that is because if you really want a strong majority of people who believe that the system right and just, you will have to say something is not right and just, which the majority of the people do not do. For instance, Germany. Hitler pretty much blamed everything on the Jews so the whole German population could get behind him. Because, he blamed, because the Germany was going through a depression at the time Hitler came into power. And, there was no food, people were jobless, no money, and kids were starving and couldn't go to school. So, pretty much what Hitler did said, the Jews are doing it. It's the Jews' fault. So if we take out the Jews, there won't be any more problems. So pretty much put this people in this understanding of the Aryan race. Like, we're better than them, so our actions are acceptable no matter what they are, because of the fact we're better than them. And because of the fact that we're better than them, these people are undesirable. Same thing with America and the war on drugs, except it's not so much about race, which is better, but still very much so ignorant. Because we say that, like, most of the people in America don't do drugs. Even marijuana, most of the people deem it unacceptable. So the majority of people within America say it's unacceptable. The people who do it are undesirable. So we should look down upon these people as wrong. So it's okay and acceptable for these people to get arrested because of the fact that they're unacceptable. And then on top of that, it breeds a level of ignorance to the society in general. So they just come into this, place of being just going through the steps, going through the hoops, and just living in the way to which the authority wants. And that's what the authority really wants you to be, is ignorant, because they want you to be in a level to which you can't think for yourself. Because when you start thinking for yourself, you understand in a logical sense, and automatically the system loses a lot of its power because you're independent from it. They don't want you independent from it. They want you to be not so much a worker, but in submission of it. And that brings me to my second point. The system wants to increase the area to which it governs. When I say that, I mean it wants to increase the area to which it has a hand in. So pretty much, if there's a line, if you cross it, they want to throw your ass away quick and say lickety split. And there's right or wrong and an in between. They don't want the in between whatsoever. They want it a fine line. So if you put a pinky over it, like I said, they can throw you away and put you in a position of forced submission. That's the reason we have jail and prison. And we lock up more people than any other country within the world. America locks up more people than any other country in the world. Think about that. All these communist countries, oh my God, they're communist countries, are horrible. We lock up more people. And we actually have more repeated drug offenders than any other country. That really explains what a rehabilitation system we have. It's not a rehabilitation system. It's do what I say or get raped in your ass system. And I mean, like I said, it goes back to the ignorance point. We keep people in level of ignorance of it because of the fact that the people who, do get arrested for like selling drugs, we deem them undesirable. So we think, they get whatever, they deserve whatever they get, which is just, like I said, breeds more ignorance. And the third thing the authority system does is, I kind of mix it too. Well, there's three: is eliminate the X factor, decrease the gray areas, and increase the area to which it governs. And I'll just go on the increase the area to which it governs. The system wants as many different aspects as they can. They want to have as much control as they can over you. This is the reason, like YouTube, you can look up a person's criminal history, and this is only going to get more out of control and more like structural to the point to which you see people get arrested from YouTube. I'm sure, actually, I know this already happened. But it's going to get to the point to which our freedoms are not going to be freedoms. There is going to be a level of acceptance, and if we are ever deemed unacceptable or undesirable, this isn't going to be keeping a highlight on us forever until, we slip up or do something that they really don't like. Which I'm not, like, so against. I mean, I think the rules and laws are sort of a very valid purpose and a very, like, necessary purpose, but to the point to which it has grown to is getting out of control. We're taking away people's freedoms, and we're just breeding ignorance to the point to which people really will not think for themselves or don't want to think for themselves because they're too comfortable with the state of being as it is. But then you have conflict because of, like, Obama gets elected and automatically people get an uprage and an uprise because of the fact that he's a black person, he's a black president. And all these people have had this understanding of the system being run by white people, so they have always felt a level of control. They said, you know what? It's okay minorities get a good job and all this stuff because we run politics. We run this country. So we're really the people in power. And for a person that isn't white to go into a position or the highest state of government within the United States probably makes them feel like they're out of position of power, even though the system doesn't care about you. The main object of the system is to make it so that you live, die without causing any trouble whatsoever. That's what the system wants from you. That's the reason we lock up so many people. Because the people that are really willing to speak dissent are the people that the system really wants to lock up the most and the most. And I mean, like, and the thing is the system got really good because they pretty much they dehumanize people when they throw them in prison. They take away their names, they give them numbers, not names. They make them shit in the toilet with no room. They all wear the same clothes, and they make them, sleep in a cage like a goddamn animal. They take away their humanity so they feel no need or no reason to actually try to revolt in society in general because of the fact they've been submitted so largely and so forcefully. So heard what I'm saying. AJAXxHumanist's out. Probably the last time you're going to see this mohawk. But peace, love, and respect. And wake up, people. Wake up. Be free thinking. I'm not saying go and shoot nobody or commit any large crimes. Don't do that. But think for yourself. Peace.